stream, Talk No Jutsu Live, episode 12. I'm joined by my good friend, Andy Matrix, and a member of the Otaku Trio, the host of the Otaku Trio.
Yo, what's going on, dudes? It's your boy Andy Matrix. Let's get it on.
Yeah, so we I got some echo. I need to find out where that's coming from.
Okay.
Shoot.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, there we go. Thumb up my own video. All right, where are we? All right. Now, no one in the chat said they weren't coming, so I just got to assume everyone's going to come eventually. But in the meantime, yeah, I don't want to get anything too much. But wait, actually, right now would be a good time. You wanted to talk about Avatar, right?
Avatar, the greatest disappointment live action. Yes.
I heard it's at least better than the Shyamalan version.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, it is better than the Shyamalan version, but like to measure, like if that's the best it can do, then man, like here's the thing, like they did a lot of things right. For example, the actors. Some of the actors were bad choices, like May and Tai, but most of the actors were absolutely spot on. Like the one for Boomy, spot on. Aang, the actor for Aang, spot on. Although I think the child actor needs a little more training. The costumes, great. The scenery, the scenes, everything looked fantastic. It was kind of like Cowboy Bebop, where like everything looked freaking amazing, but the writing, the script, there was sometimes the acting was like, oh my god, and they changed some things in the story that was absolutely unnecessary. Like because most people that are gonna watch this show, they watch the original animated series. So you watch you watch the show, and then you watch the live action. You're like, dude, like you got that all wrong. That's the problem it had, and they were trying to like squish too many episodes in 1 hour. Like they were trying to squish 3 episodes in 1 hour. So that's what they went wrong.
Just got confirmation. Lofty will be here, and Brandon is just restarting his PC.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, for some reason, because I originally had this video set to private, I can't see the comments on the live stream tab.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do they show up for you? Everyone's comments?
No, they don't actually.
Oh man, that's stinks.
Oh wait.
Let me see if this works. Oh, there we go. Yeah, everything's back now. Oh,
okay, great.
And it looks like Mr. Orc is gifting memberships.
Nice.
Oh wow, thank you so much. Yeah, so grab them while you can, guys.
All right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so this is great, man. We got some members. I mean, I wish I had members on my channel. That'll be cool.
Yeah. Why didn't you set up memberships?
I just because I don't have enough subscribers, so I thought that well, not everybody. Yeah, I wouldn't get enough subscribers.
Hey, Dante. Hey, I actually found out Streamlabs can actually host 6. If you want, I can send you a link. But thank you so much.
Dante's in the chat.
Yeah.
I wish we could have him here.
Yeah.
He always got something cool to say. So Avatar: The Last Airbender, it was a total disappointment. I mean, there was so many things wrong with it. Like it was just straight up doo-doo caca. It was just, man, so disappointing. And the thing is, like the trailers that make it look exciting, but which if you watch the live action, it looks really good. they did some things like the airbenders. They actually show the airbenders before Aang got frozen, and there were some things that were well done. But at this, in a lot of it looked really, really good. But then, like the freaking script, and then it was just, man, it's like it was written by people that didn't really like the show. They were trying to like insert a lot of their own beliefs into the show, which I mean, we see that all
Oh,
the time now.
yeah.
What's up, Brandon?
Hey, Brandon.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Talking
We're
Avatar.
great. Thank you so much for coming.
You betcha. I'm glad that I'm able to be here for a few moments before I get onto my own stream here at the top of the next hour. And congratulations to you on kicking ass, taking names, sticking with it. I've come to realize there's two things about what we do. There are several types of hustle. There's the I'm a female with big boobs hustle, which is relatively easy. then there's what we do, which is talking nerd culture as well, mostly male, but behind the avatar,
Predominantly
behind
male
the PNG.
space, but there's some girls in it.
It's a lot harder. This is a lot harder of a thing to get going and do. And if you look at some of the other people that have, let's say, quote unquote, made it, some of them have been hustling for 10 years to get to where they're at.
The quartering, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quartering, Nerdrotic 10 years. Most of these other guys, 5+ years. Some other people, not so much. And everybody has their own level of success and what they consider a success. I contend anybody who does this for more than a day is a success. And those who are able to reach the monetization is successful.
Wow.
So
thank you.
It's not easy.
You're so welcome. Yeah. Now I need to find there it is. Now I can type in the chat and
but
you know
something, I have been flirting with the idea of like changing sexes so that I can, get on YouTube with some nice titties and a skirt, look all pretty and get millions of subscribers. I've thought about it.
Gender Ben Andy. Yeah, go for
it. I mean, I might be bald
fans.
now. But when I gender bend, man, I'm gonna be freaking gorgeous.
Well, how many let's say men, for the sake of being relatively straight here, how many men actually do use a female avatar on their streams?
I know one. Tonkatsu.
I know a few. Yeah, Rev Desu, he's one.
Well, I thought Revs was a female, but no, apparently Revs is a femboy. It's a very androgynous
male. A femboy?
Yeah, Revs.
Close enough.
Yeah, Revs.
I've thought about using a female avatar too, because I mean, eyeballs. YouTube is about eyeballs, right? I mean, gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I tried. I did the hard route. I went with male avatar. I went the hard route.
Yeah. It is a hard road to haul, and I've also noticed that those that do a little bit of everything on their channel, from the gaming to that, it does take a little longer for it to really get going.
Yeah. So, I actually got to speak with Matthew Kadish on his panel, and he was telling me how YouTube like categorizes channels based on like they want you to like stick to like a couple of things. They don't want you to do too much of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So lately most of my videos have been focusing on gaming and streaming, but occasionally I have been like because I like talking about adaptations of video games most of the time. I actually got my my big push was reviewing that awful Halo show, and then I tried reviewing it again, and oh my god, I have things to say. I have things to say about it.
That good, huh?
Oh my god, what the fuck are they doing?
I think that's all of entertainment right now in the West. What the heck are they doing?
No, there's some things that are good, quote unquote good, but like there are still some things that are just what the hell. Like, I don't know. Like they had a new showrunner. This was their chance to kind of course correct, and I thought I was seeing a bit of a course correction, but No, like they just had the fall of Reach in one episode, and then they're not even on the ring in the next episode. Reach fell, and they're not on the ring. Ugh. Makes no freaking sense. Anyway,
Yeah. Well, it's Paramount, and Paramount has made no freaking sense for, let's see, since 2016 or thereabouts. Yeah, about then is when they were one of the first to fall off the edge because of the female goat busters.
yeah. Oh, that was a Sony.
That's right, that was Sony. See, shows you how much I can remember. It all just runs together and it's just a gigantic amalgamation of suck.
Yeah.
Well, like I know, like all the Trekkies, like were very pissed at like how they let this Alex Kurtzman guy go hog wild with that franchise. I've never been like into Star Trek. I've tried getting into it. It's just not for me. I'm more of a Stargate. I'm more of a Stargate guy.
I can respect that, but yeah, I'm a huge Star Trek wonk. So yeah, I was hoping for something better than what we got, and yeah, they've been shoveling shit ever since.
I do hear season 3 of Picard was actually a pretty cool course correction.
No, it's just more glorified fanfic. It just builds upon what was done the prior 2 seasons, but then they just take those those member berries and just jingle them out just a little further and give you a view of a few more people, but everything about it is still nonsensical. It's not that good. It's definitely not worth taking the time to watch. So
yeah.
Right now, as it stands, Star Trek 1966 to 2005, 735 episodes and movies. That's it. Anything else is an imitation.
Yeah.
And not a good one either.
Star Trek is very cerebral. Like you had to be like, you had to be a bit of a science geek maybe.
More of a philosophy type.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, a lot more of their stuff is philosophy based. And hello, Sergeant George, good to see you. And of course, Genesix out there and Dante's out there. Good to see you all. The tripping orc, good to see you. But yeah, Star Trek has always been more cerebral. It has always had that bent of philosophical discussion, and it's only been since Secret Hideout and Bad Morons, Bad Robot,
Bad Reboot.
Yeah, Bad Reboot got a hold of it, and then they tried to change it more into Star Wars-esque-ish type stuff, and it just doesn't work. Star Trek Continues by Vic is fantastic. That is, out of all the fan stuff I've seen, that is definitely one of the best. Because Vic loves original Star Trek, the old TV series style.
Yeah, he seems like a really big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, I like he has his own like Enterprise like cockpit. I've seen it.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, he also played
geeky.
Captain Kirk. He played Captain Kirk on Star Trek Continues. It was only like 10 episodes long, but it takes place after the series, and I think after some of the animated stuff ends, and then does a bridge to the original first motion picture movie. Because technically, the first movie, the time skip between when the animated series ends and that movie begins is only 2 years. Kirk has only been an admiral and head of Starfleet operations for 2 years. But, of course, in real life, he had aged an extra 10 years. So what they did to help compensate for everyone's age, for the second movie, they time skipped again about 12 years, making it to where he moved from the head of Starfleet operations to head of Starfleet Academy. And Spock gets bumped up to captain, gets made captain of the Enterprise, and the Enterprise is used as training vessel. So, yeah, it's interesting how that all plays out. But I absolutely love Star Trek. Out of all the TV based sci-fi stuff, it's probably my favorite.
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump into our first topic, which I know is like the talk of the town right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll save all the Final Fantasy stuff for when Lofty gets here. But yeah, Sweet Baby Inc. Oh boy, I did a video when the group only had like 9,000 followers. When I tried to record myself
I
following
think we
it,
all
but I
did, didn't we?
yeah, but I accidentally unfollowed them. But then like when I saw like Sweet Baby Ink trend on Twitter, and I saw like, so I knew about the attempts by the one employee trying to like get the Brazilian guy banned, but I didn't realize like later that like their attempts to do that would snowball, and now the group has like 120, possibly like more now, like users. It's now like one of the most it's now like one of the top like curated Steam groups now. And I just think that's amazing.
Well, it's a Steam group against Sweet Baby Inc.
Oh, Andy, where have you
Wait, you don't
been?
know?
No, I heard about it. Like I know
Okay.
but like it's like a
It's
Steam group, right?
it's a curator. It's a dude that's out of Brazil who put together this curation list specifically to track any game that by Sweet Baby Inc.'s own admission on their own website had a hand in product.
Oh well, not
Okay,
even
okay.
like they're going by the credits of different
Yeah.
games. Like if they're listed
That too.
anywhere in the credits, or if they're listed on the website. Yeah, so
Yeah.
so
So
I
yeah,
know
they
people
go ahead.
I know people can fly get on. I'm pretty sure Outriders is probably on the list. You know, some of the jokes are pretty bad in that game. But yeah, like, you know, so like they're so far they only have 15 games, and like this was enough for like the other person to like try and mass flag him to make this guy lose all his
Mhm.
games on Steam, which is just quite frankly evil.
And against X's terms of service. From what I understand, some of them have been smacked in the cock for it.
Fuck yeah.
So that's good. And they continue to make themselves look more and more like asses. There was a page that I had saw that had more games, but there's quite a few of them that are not on Steam yet, so still exclusive to various consoles.
Yeah, I know
But
one of them is Alan Wake 2. You know, I'm a very big Alan Wake fan. Like, you know, Remedy has been trying to make this game for a long time. They wrestled out of Microsoft after they got fucked during and had to restart production on Quantum Break. So like, you know, so now they've kind of found a publishing partner with Epic, who I guess is like kind of like, you know, been like, you know, ESGing them a lot. So like I skipped on it not because of Sweet Baby Inc., but because they tried to like weasel out a physical. I would have bought a physical copy for an Alan Wake game. I love that first game so much.
yeah, that second game is a massive pile of dog turds from everything I hear. So
I hear it looks very different. It looks like the combat looks very different. Like it, I hear like it plays more like Resident Evil than like Alan Wake.
yeah, and of course, Alan Wake is not the main character, and he's not Alan Wake. So
Well, the events.
he's Alan Woke.
Hey, Alan Woke. Oh no.
So yeah, there's all of that, and I never got the whole thing of Alan Wake to begin with, but
Well, like the thing is, it's supposed to be like a Twin Peaks meets Stephen King, like a
and
psychological
that's why.
thriller.
I can handle Twin Peaks, even though Twin Peaks is way the hell out there. I can't handle Stephen King shit. His stuff sucks. So that explains why I didn't get into it.
Yeah, well, like, you know, the big like twist in Alan Wake is that like, you know, there's this dark presence in the lake, and there's like it has this effect on reality, and like it like taps into like what artists create. So like music, poems, stuff like that. And so like the Darkness wanted Alan to write a story in which it breaks free, basically, and so it can like leak out into the world. And it took his wife, and so like he gets like amnesia, like so he doesn't remember writing like the story. So like throughout the game you find pages like telling you what's going to happen next, and it was really cool. My favorite one was kind of a joke page that you can only get in hard mode, where he goes, I turned the page in front of my eyes and read it. In it, I turned the page in front of my eyes and read it. In it, I turned the page in front of my eyes and read it. In it,
Okay.
You get the joke.
Wow.
Yeah, it was hilarious. But no, the first game was really good. Came out in 2010. But yeah, Sweet Baby Inc. Like, I'm just completely against the whole idea of sensitivity reading, just because like you can't just make a story to like just be non-offensive. Like it's something is going to offend everyone. Hey Lofty, how's it going?
Lofty.
Hello? Hi.
Oh, and look
Hello.
who
What's
is
up,
here.
dude?
Welcome back, Mike. Welcome back.
Oh my God, I'm on a live stream with the great Lofty Pixels too.
It's happy birthday,
Mike.
sir.
Well, saying thank you both for coming. I'm so glad you both could make it.
Yeah, dude. Congratulations on the subs.
Thank you. Yeah, I invited you all here. Like, really, like, I have a bunch of people I need to thank, but like, Mike, you especially, like, you were there at the very beginning. I'm so grateful for all your support, showing me how StreamYards works. I get the two mixed up.
Yep.
Yeah, and like you three, both like coming on my show. I'm just so happy that like all this happened, that like that I stuck with it, that like it's that I have become semi successful, and I have fun doing it.
Wait, Mexican Iron Man. I know you. I've seen you before.
Hey, what's up? Are you Andy? Is that Andy talking?
Andy Matrix. Yeah.
Yep, this is Andy Matrix.
What's up, man?
Hey, dude. Wow. I've been seeing you all over the comment section, dude.
Hey, Dash, I'm very proud of you, and the thing is, the journey started a lot earlier than when you went live, because you were talking about it forever. I think all I did was just like you were on the edge of the pool, and I just like made you jump. I'm just like, no, we're going on. We'll use my StreamYard account. I'm going to show you how this works. Let's go. Here's how you can make videos.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm not a YouTuber.
It was great. Yeah, I got better at it. I started using other programs. I eventually learned how to get my avatar up on StreamYards. Who was very good. Yeah.
Hey,
so
so I like what Yellow Flash said about Sweet Baby Inc. because I first of all, I like how so many people have become aware of Sweet Baby Inc. Like when I first found out about it, I think it was in November, December, right? And I was like, holy shit, like I've never heard of this company. Like they were very like hidden, right? And now everybody's talking about it, kind of like the localization thing.
Oh, it's worse. It's way worse.
Yeah, I kind of like the localization thing. So, but what Yellow Flash said, that let's say, for example, if Sweet Baby Inc. went down, if they went bankrupt, or like if they just decided to just close down, another company would take their place. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, the Hydra, the Hydra effect.
The Hydra effect. Yeah, because there's just so many people that are exactly like them with their mentality that well, we need to add these type of things to a video game because the world is unfair.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's a cultural thing. You got to change the culture of these companies to like take risks, be afraid of offending people, like just like make a good story, and like just don't be a pussy, basically. Like, look, I mean, I have disabilities, okay? Like, I'm not, you don't see me like being like ultra offended over like bullshit. Like, life is just like that sometimes, and people need to like stop being afraid of being offended and just like, because if something doesn't have grit, it can't really like move you the same. Like all the best stuff is like unfiltered.
Yeah, I mean, if everybody, if artists were too afraid of offending people, we wouldn't have comedians.
Exactly. Like some of the best, like one of my favorite shows, like comedy shows is Drawn Together. I mean, it's not as like sophisticated as South Park as they pointed out, but my God, was it offensive. And they took shots at everyone.
Yeah, because at that time they could. Let's name a modern comedian that actually can go onto a campus these days and deliver anything without having to duck and run.
Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Not even he can get onto a campus. He got canceled a long time ago for spanking a monkey
that's
in
true.
front of too many people. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, it's good to see you. It's been so long, and Lofty, it's always good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah,
Yep.
I'm completely against Sweet Baby Inc. I hope that this whole thing on social media will at least like slow down people's business, because surprisingly enough, there hasn't really been any journalists except this that Paul guy from Forbes coming to their defense.
Wait a minute. Hey, Lofty. Is your VTuber, are you supposed to be the guy from Full Metal Alchemist?
Huh? Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah, like your avatar.
No, I'm trying to be Cloud. See?
Okay.
Yeah.
When he's not being Knuff, he's trying to be Cloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
This sounds like
I got my
good.
waifus down here.
Okay,
Sure.
this sounds like a good segue into let me just get it on the screen. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about, let's see, where is it? Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So
yeah, baby.
I just got finished with the card tournament, and I love how it ended. Spoilers, everyone, but like it seems like that card tournament has multiple endings, and I love how mine ended.
I know exactly what's happening here. With that title, sales are tracking weaker than FF7 Remake.
Yeah.
I know exactly
that's
what's happening.
Exclusivity. You're right. The exclusivity hurts sales.
Yeah, because when Remake came out, it was 2020, but we still had the PS4. This is before the PS5 came out.
PS4 had an advantage because there were so many PS4s out.
100 million PS4s. We go to the PS5 and only 45 million people have it. So of course you're gonna sell less of these copies.
Yeah, but the game is absolutely massive. It's like expands like everything about the original, and like there's like open world like sections and side quest and bit more linear chapters in between. So you get like kind of a hybrid type of thing. Like I just got to the boat.
Oh yeah.
And it seems like there's a very big social experience too, because there's a lot of like activities you can get like closer to like your comrades and stuff, and apparently like it'll determine who you get to go on a trip to the Golden Saucer with, and it's like the game really everyone wants to pick Tifa. I'm the Aerith guy.
I'm
like
Aerith. I'm
Lofty's with me.
Aerith is based. She's my waifu. I've
I
always
told
liked...
you my Final Fantasy VII story before? Anybody?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. Picture, if you will, the year 1997. A 16-year-old me playing the game on the PC, getting to the point where everything starts going down with Sephiroth, and then it happens. You have no idea how devastated I was, because no other game prior had dared do that I had ever played. And that was...
Kill a female?
Or like a main character. Like
yes.
kill the character. Yeah. Kill the main character.
Yes.
I mean,
not just any character, but
the main love interest
Aerith.
or whatever.
Yeah. It was rather devastating.
Yeah, so there had been Final Fantasy games that killed party members before. 4, 5, and 6 You optionally Shadow can die in
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VI. I let that happen in my playthrough.
Shame.
I didn't know. I didn't know I was supposed to wait. The game
That's all
doesn't tell you.
Well, that's one of those fun things, but yeah, it's. I have a very strong relationship to this game originally, and I've beaten it once, and it's been back in the 90s when it happened, but
This is the first Final Fantasy game I ever played in the 2000s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started it on PC, didn't finish, and then years later I beat it on PS4.
very nice.
Yeah, I'm playing it now again on the Switch. I beat it before, but now I'm playing it again, and the Switch is a good version.
I cannot wait for Rebirth to come out on PC. It's supposed to the exclusivity for PS5 ends on March. I think it's no. It was May 20 something. After that, once the exclusivity ends, they're gonna start rolling it over to PC. I hope.
I need to.
I hope so.
Because I absolutely refuse to get a PlayStation.
No,
anymore.
yeah, both.
Same.
I predict Square Enix is going to really pump marketing for both 16 and Rebirth to sell on PC to make up for PS5. And I think this is going to be their last exclusivity deal for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
that would be wise on their part. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it comes out and it'll look better on the PC.
Yeah, I mean, look how much money they lost because of exclusivity. I hate it.
Well, they were banking on the PlayStation brand. They were banking on history repeating itself, and it didn't happen.
Well, I mean, it's not like the PS5. It's like the Nintendo Switch, 140 million sold. It's too expensive. Even during the pandemic, it was released during the pandemic when people were broke too. So
yeah, like
bad timing. And now the games are expensive. Like we went from $50 games to $70 games.
Yeah,
dude.
I know gaming is expensive, and that's basically why, that's part of why we're getting these layoffs, because in this economy, people have to choose what games they want to buy, paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, you know what? Nintendo said that they're gonna keep they're gonna sell the next Nintendo Gen console at the same price that they were selling the Nintendo Switch. So what? $290? No, $399. I think it was
300.
Yeah,
350.
Yeah, something like that. So and if that's true, I think I might just buy a Nintendo Switch, the next gen. I think I might buy it.
Yeah.
Well, I picked up a Switch late, mainly because my one kid that had the Switch originally, she's been living with her biological father over in the People's Republic of Washington, and I finally said, okay, I'll get one, because I like Mario Kart, I like Smash Brothers and all that, but I want to ask this. How much of the drop in sales do you think is just strictly because of the lack of total systems versus where the PS4 was, 3-4 years into its cycle, versus brand damage done to Sony and the Sony PlayStation because of the stuff that they have been doing and have been caught and the stuff that they've been censoring? How much do you think that plays into it?
It's hard to say. I think it's impossible to know that. I think people were not interested in remake because of more so because of the timeline problems, not necessarily the brand damage. And then so remake sales were low. Remake didn't even sell 10 million units.
5 million.
So I think it's 7 million. That's what I heard. But so
we integrate. I think it's 7 million.
Yeah. So I think that's the major problem. I don't know if people are paying that much attention to.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about
as much as
That's the thing about the remake trilogy, is that you have to expect Nomura Kingdom Hearts level wonky stuff happening to the plot. Right. But that's actually the part that interests me the most, and the part they've kept the most secret about, minus putting Zack on the cover of the game. Yeah. So having no spoils on that front, but the game, right away, Rebirth, it starts with just Nomura fucking up the
Different
timeline.
timeline, but then it goes right back to the main timeline.
Yeah.
So yeah, 99% of this game so far has been identical to Final Fantasy VII. That I'm like what 30 hours in or something, maybe 25, and it's identical. There's no difference, no timeline difference. It's just the first 30 minutes are strange, and then I'm sure the ending is going to get really bizarre at some point.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and-
Knowing
and,
Nomura and
yeah.
knowing how Remake ended.
And Sephiroth has, there's some parts within the swamps that are slightly different, but
I like what they did with the swamp.
I love it. It makes more sense than the original. The original swamp, you go past the giant snake with the chocobo, and then there's another giant snake on a spike, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
And Sephiroth has killed it, but it actually doesn't make any sense that there's two of them because there's supposed to be one. It's like a deity. It's so I think they corrected that in this version, and they made it made sense the way it happens in this one. It's really cool how it happens.
Okay.
But yeah, there's not supposed to be two of those snakes. That's I don't know if it was a mistake or if they just like put the other one in the swamp just so you could have like a battle and then like pretend that it doesn't exist after that or something. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the sales are a combination of PlayStation 5 exclusivity, no PS4, the fact that it's a continuation of Remake, which if people didn't get Remake, they might not get this one. Also, the fact that it has a lot of timeline stuff that people don't really care about. Remake had a little bit of a some people didn't like it. It has high scores, audience scores, like an 80 something on Metacritic. But some of that has to factor into it. People, not liking the first one, so they're not going to get this one because of the combat system or whatever reason they didn't like the first one. And then there's also like what you were saying, which is like brand damage. And I just don't know how much brand damage is going to factor into it.
Well, I mean, there are.
It's hard to say.
Mean, there's a lot of people. A lot of people are pissed off at Square Enix for, like, I guess, following trends. Let's say, and but they're honestly,
but how many
like,
of those
Square
people
Enix has
are?
pissed me off less than like a bunch of other companies, like cough cough Sega.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I like Square Enix. I didn't play Forspoken because it looks stupid. I skipped Guardians and Avengers because that's just I don't like those kinds of games.
Oh well, they sold off most of those.
Yeah, they sold
studios.
those off
were bad. Those
Yeah,
were
those were
bad
bad.
investments.
to Embracer Group.
And then Forspoken is
Yeah, I did play the
really
Guardians
bad.
of the Galaxy game. It was fun. It has a pretty kick-ass soundtrack.
Yeah, but the
You can,
problem is,
there's a 90%. There is a percentage that when you do your super move, you will get rickrolled because they loaded it into the music, one of the random songs that play. So there
That's
is
funny.
a chance you will get rickrolled during your playthrough, and I did.
That's funny.
but the problem with Square Enix getting into the Western IPs when they're doing like Forspoken and like all these other, the Marvel game that flopped and the Guardians of the Galaxy game that was shitty. Like it's not them. It doesn't look good on them. That's the problem. It's like all the original fans worldwide that follow Square Enix, they're expecting kick-ass RPG games, right?
Well, the
Action
thing
games.
is, Square wanted to like broaden and be more of a publisher, so like they wanted to be bigger and stuff. So like that's why like they were funding games they thought Westerners would want to buy.
And they
So
failed.
like so like Life is Strange series, like not for us, but it has an audience. It had an audience, and those games did pretty well.
Right.
Mhm.
Nier Automata. Those games did really well.
Yeah, Nier Automata.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Nier
Oh,
Automata. Oh yeah, 2Bs and everything now.
So that's.
Did
don't-
I freeze? Did I freeze?
I just don't.
Oh
see
shoot,
the,
I froze. Here, let me fix that.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you
Froze.
guys
Gotta
are you
unfreeze
guys
yourself.
are you guys not getting a PS5 because of Sony or just because there's not a lot of games you want to play on it?
Bro, I
There's
got
not a lot
PS
of games I want to play on it.
Bro, I've had a PS5 and all of my gaming enthusiasm was lost on that thing. Like I was one of the first ones to pre-order it, and then I can't. It's literally might as well. bro, it's like a furniture piece in my living room right now. I mean,
You
because
didn't get Armored Core or Street Fighter or any of those games or Harry Potter?
bro, I gotta be honest with you. Like, it took so long for this fucker to show up and by the time it did, I mean, I'm just all Steam. You know what I mean? And plus, I'm a first-person shooter guy, anyways. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
Steam. Yeah.
You know, so
I mean,
so-
the only PlayStation exclusive I got that wasn't like one of the Final Fantasy games was just Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and like I'm really not interested in anything else.
Well,
and you can
right
get
now
all that
there's-
stuff on the PC.
Oh yeah,
Well-
the thing is that now they moved it to PC. They did.
Had they not done that, had they decided to keep the games that they were doing first party themselves, through Insomniac and all these other wannabe studios, had they kept them exclusive to their system, so PS4, and then did what they've done now with The Last of Us 3 times, 4 times, who knows how many more times they're going to do it, just keep remastering them or tweaking them for the next generation.
Yeah, that's the
They
problem.
could have
That's
had
the
a-
problem.
It's a problem, but I think they would have been in better shape because of that. I know there's probably some people that did it for clout, but I remember when Spider-Man came over to the PC. I remember seeing a few PS4 massive fanboys that took the saw to their PS4 and chopped it in half.
Sounds about right.
That type of stupid stuff, yeah. Not on the South Park. I'm talking they took their actual machine and
I believe
Oh
you.
yeah.
yeah. So I do think that does play a bit into it, because why, as Mike said, why would we play on something like that when we have the superior PC Master Race thing going? Now that we don't have to have the game console to get those games. Mostly, Nintendo's the exception, and I still hate them for what they've done to Yuzu. They can kiss my ass for that, but that's a side issue. But at least for Sony and for Microsoft, especially with Microsoft, all the stuff that they do is going to hit the PC day one. That's pretty much a given. PlayStation, not necessarily, but we know we don't have to wait too long.
Well,
and then the version that we get,
next
even though
year-
the port may be bad, but
yeah.
we'll have the complete edition of it.
Well,
Ne-
I think
yeah.
now that this Jim Ryan guy's gone, it's up to the Japanese branch to pick someone really good to right the ship on Sony and maybe
They
get
have
some
a
new
new
games.
CEO.
Well, look. They said recently that they're going to start doing day one PC stuff. I don't know if that's
Oh,
20
so the battle's
25.
already over.
Yeah, they said this like a month ago, and then so that's probably 2025. However, to be fair, Helldivers 2, Final Fantasy Rebirth, Rise of Ronin, and Stellar Blade are all PS5 exclusives, and they're all releasing like within the next month or whatever, or have been released already. Those are big exclusives. Stellar Blade is going to be big,
Especially
yeah.
Stellar Blade.
Oh man, I'm
oh,
getting
yeah.
that day one, baby.
yeah. So like,
It's basically a titty game. It's a titty anime.
So, you're missing out. If you don't have a PS5, you're missing out on those 4 games. Game of the year for sure, Final Fantasy Rebirth. Game of the year.
But I can wait.
Rise of Ronin. You guys can wait. That's fine. But you're gonna get spoiled and all that stuff. But that's fine.
Yeah.
But like Game of the year, Rise of Ronin could be a sleeper. That is Team Ninja.
It looks fantastic. I know Orc has
Yeah.
been looking forward to that game a lot.
right.
He was the one who like really told me about it first.
Yeah. And
I'll tell you one game I'm not going to play on my PS5, and that's going to be MLB baseball. That's for
have
sure.
a show.
Oh, yeah.
my word, that
I saw
good
Yellow
lord.
Flash.
Which, by
had
the
a,
way,
uh,
the last 2 years I have played that on my PlayStation, but I don't know, man. That's just not going to happen this
No.
year.
Yeah,
No, I'm
I
done with
saw
it.
Yellow Flash had an AI thumbnail. Like they put like a woman in the game.
Yeah, and of
Yeah.
course it's so appropriate, bro, because like she was wearing the San Francisco Giants outfit.
That fits
mean, like,
perfectly.
If you're gonna talk gender identity and like shit, like of course it's gonna be a San Francisco outfit, right?
Exactly.
Sometimes the
Absolutely.
brain dead marketing is just like hilarious.
Right?
I could see like there's probably going to be memes about.
And I'll bet in game you can add pronouns and like you can go binary.
Type A, type B.
Right?
That's the new standard.
Right.
and they'll be just as good as the male counterparts. Hell, I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if in this game they create a female character who can challenge Babe Ruth or Barry Bonds to a
Yeah, well,
home run hitting championship.
I think the
for the
reason why
season.
that's stupid is because like that's they're not even doing that in the in Major League Baseball. And Major League Baseball, like, you know,
Because
is
you
pretty
can't.
virtuous. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, you know, like, so like right off
You
the
can't-
bat, you're losing
yeah.
the authenticity that the sports gamers want. And like, you know, that's like, you know, sports games are their own other market.
So
And, like, what they
the
want
show
is
is a
authentic-
simulation. The show is a
Exactly,
a
and that's the
baseball
problem.
simulation.
Is it's a
Yeah.
simulator. It's
Yeah.
not an arcade game. You know, when I think of females
Girls
in
can
baseball,
play
I
arcade.
think of Baseball 2020 from SNK way back in the early days of the Neo Geo. That's a fun as hell baseball game,
Yeah.
but it's not a simulation. It's an
Or how
arcade
about
game. You can
backyard
get away with
baseball?
that.
Did anyone
Yeah,
here
or
play
backyard baseball.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
backyard baseball was fun. I love the animation.
Yeah, RBI. Yeah, there's other ones. There's another one on the Switch that I like a lot. It's a baseball game, but it has like made up characters. Super Mega Baseball. That has like funny characters that are women. It's like it's very entertaining. But this
Yeah,
is
But
just
they're
an
not
like-
arcade.
designed to be. They're
Yeah.
not designed to be actual simulations of the actual game
No.
with actual teams,
Major
actual
League.
stats, actual mathematics from that built into it.
No.
It would basically be the same as making a female a quarterback in Madden. That won't work.
No.
Same problem. So, gentlemen, I do wish that I could stay a little longer, but I do have to get ready for my own stream. Mike, it's been a long time. It's good to see you.
All right, take
Andy,
care,
it's always
Brandon.
good to see you.
Oh, thank
Lofty,
you so
good to see you.
much for stopping
see you.
by.
And
Thanks for
Dash,
stopping, bro.
Yes.
you keep going and you keep doing what you want to do, and you'll keep chugging along. You're doing good.
Yeah.
Chugging
Thanks.
along.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, take care, everybody.
That's gonna stop
See you,
anytime
buddy.
soon.
Yeah,
Take care.
we'll see you. And
See ya.
Lofty, don't
Yep.
piss off the casual gamers.
I'll try.
We'll see
You
ya.
never pissed me off.
Yeah.
Oh, so Mike, I want this one. Like, so I know you said you don't know what Naruto is. I made a super chat about this.
Wait, what?
So,
Don't know what Naruto is.
oh, yeah. Mike's not into anime.
Oh wow.
So,
Dude,
yeah,
I am not into anime the same way that I'm allergic to avocados and guacamole. It's that bad.
You're allergic to avocado?
Although, yeah, get this. I'm Mexican and I'm literally allergic to avocado. That's how bad it
okay.
is.
Well,
Oh my god.
well, the
wow.
creator of Naruto has given his blessing to the guy what's his name? Destin Daniel Cretton. Yeah,
The Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Oh,
director.
that's what I'm getting to. And so as the biggest Shang-Chi fan on the in Mike, do you think this guy will do like ninja action good?
Dude, I was so checked out of that movie. Okay, so I walked out of Shang-Chi. And I don't walk out of anything. Like, I just don't walk out of anything. I mean, frankly, that movie pretty much hit me when these two valets are deciding they're going to take a last-minute trip to China and ride first class because economically, I know how much that costs. Like, oh yeah, the rabbit. There you go, the rabbit.
Yeah, I got this just for you. I'm going to order it.
Yeah, I have.
No,
I
I'm
have
kidding.
4 of those. I have 4 of those rabbit chickens here in my house.
Rabbit chickens.
Yeah,
Probably,
so when
it's an
so
inside joke.
I'm sitting there watching Shang-Chi, and at the point in time where I'm like, all right, so the blind, mute rabbit chicken is leading them to the enchanted forest in order to save the day. I'm like, F this movie, I'm out. I dumped the popcorn bucket, and
Are
I
you
like walked out.
serious?
Yeah, I just walk. I'm like, this movie fucking sucks. And frankly, I thought the martial art scenes up to that point just effing sucked mostly. I mean, there were, I don't know. I am trying to get into anime though, guys. I gotta tell you, I am a little bit of a late bloomer, and if I give myself any credit, I just saw Battleship Yamato and twice. And
Oh yeah, that sounds like something I need to watch. I've been watching some like older 80s anime. Space Adventure Cobra is really good. It's a really like a guy's anime. Like, very like it's very slick, very like
Yep.
yeah, just watch Space Adventure Cobra. It's awesome.
So the Naruto live action movie, I think Shang-Chi did a good job at the end with Dragon Ball Z quality fight scenes in live action. I think that the last 15 minutes were actually really good. The other parts of the movie sucked. And the martial arts was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but like it was just but he did a good job. I mean, if you go back and watch the last fight scene with the dragons, it's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah,
So I
I'm
missed
gonna
the
have
best
to
part.
watch. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to watch the movie at some point.
Yeah.
You know, to get an idea of what to expect. Because apparently Kishimoto watched Shang-Chi
Yeah.
and
yeah.
he liked it. Yeah. So I'm
And
sure the
he-
Japanese dub was probably like good.
And they said that he's going to work with him in the pre-production and the writing. and the
Thank
script.
God. I
So,
mean, like, I know some
yeah.
people are really salty with Kishimoto with all the Boruto shit, like, but
Yeah.
which most of it isn't his fault. It was the other guy's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But he's
yeah.
involved. He's involved, just like Oda was involved with One Piece.
yeah.
I hope so. But here's the thing. Here's what I think they should do, because Netflix has the right formula. Netflix, instead of making like anime movies, like 2-hour movies, they make a series of like 8,
Yeah, I
9
agree.
episodes.
I agree.
It is
Better.
so much better, so much better for them to make a series of 1 hour each episode instead of like a 2-hour movie. Because Naruto being as big as it is, you cannot shove in a whole like an entire season into 2 hours. You
Well,
can't.
I think what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to like condense like a bunch of arcs.
No, it can't do that. It's impossible.
It's
only-
going to
the
be
only
how
thing-
do you fit the Land of Waves and the tuning exam at the exact same time?
You can't.
Well, I think the Land of Waves, isn't that like a filler episode?
Well, no. Important shit happens
Well-
there. Like Naruto uses the Fox powers for the first time in the Land.
Are you talking about when Orochimaru is fighting like the third Hokage and stuff?
Oh no, like that's far into the tuning exam.
Oh,
I'm talking
okay.
about like Forest of Death.
Oh, well, what? Who's the compelling antagonist at that point that they could?
Well, I guess Orochimaru. Like,
Yeah, but like, I don't know how they're gonna set up. Well, I don't know, man. It's so because you have to do a lot of character development first.
yeah,
And
you
then
need Sasuke needs the Sharingan. Naruto like needs to like go Fox, and Berserk he'll probably do it at the end of the movie.
Yeah, most likely.
I think they should do the Zabuza Haku Mist arc. That's the only one that makes sense to me.
Oh
They
yeah,
could do
just
that.
make a whole movie on that,
Just
and then
make-
have the sequel be the
That's all
tuning
you need.
exam.
Yeah, they
That's
would
what-
have. Yeah, because the thing is, like, the most important thing that they need to get right is the tuning exam. Because back in the 2000s, listen, when I was in high school, back in the 2000s, the tuning exam, that is when all these characters became super duper popular. Rock Lee, Neji, Hinata, Naruto, Sasuke.
Oh yeah,
The tuning exam is what made Naruto popular. Not the fight with Haku and Zabuza. The tuning exam
Right,
is one
right.
of the most important seasons in the entire series.
yeah.
So
that
if
was-
they can get that right, then I think the live action will do well. Or if they decide to pick it up from there, one of the two.
I think they should do a movie, and then the Shunin exams should be a TV show. And
Oh,
then it
that could work. That could work.
So, Dune, it's the opposite of what Dune and Batman are doing. So, Batman did the movie first. Oh no, so it's what Batman did. Batman did the movie, and now the Penguin has a spin-off show, and then Dune has a spin-off show of the Sisterhood. I think they should do a Naruto movie to get the Shang-Chi guy, like his flashy directing style, and then spin off into Naruto TV show, and then go from there. They can do the Chunin exam for season 1. They can do Orochimaru in season 1. Wouldn't it be easier than a movie?
Well, yeah, you can cover more ground. You can cover
Yeah.
more characters in spin-off material, and then like have the movies
Right.
be like the main plot.
Right. Or
Yeah.
they set up the movie. Set it up with one movie about Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura and Kakashi, and then Zabuza and Haku as the antagonists. That's a very simple plot line. I think that could work in a movie very well. And then
Yeah,
they
I think that's what they're gonna do.
because that's only 5 characters, and that's all you need for that movie, for that arc. Just 5 characters.
I mean, you have a big
6
like
characters.
fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that bridge is a great like final like thing to end a
It
movie
is,
on.
and it's tragic and it's emotional, and I think Zabuza could look cool, live action. If
Oh
they do it
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Um,
so I think a movie of Zabu of like the
Yeah.
Zabuza arc, that would be great, and then after that a TV series of like 10 episodes, an hour each, of the tuning exam. That will be, I
Yeah.
think that will fit perfectly.
Or they could do like half the shooting because they get interrupted. Don't they get interrupted by
Orochimaru
Orochimaru?
attacks mid-exam, and then they have to fight Gaara in the woods.
Yeah.
So that could also be in season 1. Like they could do that whole like I don't expect them to do every episode as like a new fight from a like because that's how anime works. Like every episode is like a new fight. For One Piece, it worked. I think for television it would be too limiting to just do only the tuning exams. You know what I mean? That's almost too repetitive. You have to have a story at some point, like so they have to introduce Orochimaru and Gaara has to sort of be evil, and then what else? Yeah, and then maybe side adventure stuff like in Konoha, like going to the village and exploring. I don't know, like
doing like antics, eating ramen.
Because I don't mind like watching an anime. I could watch a tournament arc with only fight scenes for like 20 episodes, and I don't care about that at all. Dragon Ball Z. But for live action, live action to me that would feel repetitive. And I think,
well, I mean, there was stuff happening behind the scenes going on in the tuning exams. Orochimaru was conspiring, like he was like trying to like groom Sasuke to be like
stuff.
yeah,
Exactly.
and like they were conspiring. The Sand Village was also in on it, like so like Kabuto was doing shady shit.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so now is Kishimoto really going to be supervising this like Eiichiro Oda with the One Piece?
It seems so. He's
Because
with the director.
But here's the thing, because Eiichiro Oda was working closely to the point where like he was reading the script to make sure they don't add any of that stupid shit. Right? And if Kishimoto does the same thing where he's keeping a close eye on the script, where they don't have none of this like DEI inclusivity PC bull crap, then I think it'll be very successful.
Well, just the way how Naruto, a lot of people are racially ambiguous in Naruto. Like, I mean, though I think Sasuke is distinctly Asian.
I think they're all Asian.
Here's the thing. What people don't understand about Naruto. In the Naruto world, like I know they have like Killer Bee, he looks black and all that. In the Naruto world, they're all supposed to look Asian with like with a little switch on the DNA. Like Naruto's blonde, I know, but he's supposed to look Asian because he has the small eyes, the little, the small Asian eyes.
No, he's at least half Japanese, at least.
You can't have a white guy named Naruto Uzumaki. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know. Not really.
That makes sense. You definitely can't have a white guy for any of them. Kakashi, Hitake Kakashi. It's just like Ryan Gosling. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. It's not going to work. You have to have Japanese, at least half Japanese people that can speak English well or something.
Yeah, at least just Asian people in general. Because remember, it's another world. So in another world, there could be Asian people with blonde hair.
Yeah,
I guess.
or like maybe like a quarter Japan character who has like, I'm trying to think of an actor that's like quarter Japanese.
Ryan Potter, I think. He's half Japanese.
Yeah, like like Luffy is
Mexican.
The actor is the actor Mexican?
Yeah, he's Unyaki, he's Mexican.
Oh, I thought he was Indian.
No, he's Mexican.
So, but that's what I mean. He could be anything. He could play an Indian character if in a show if he wanted to. He looks Indian, but he's Mexican. You know what I mean? So they could do that. Like they could do, as long as they have like as long as when you look at them and it's and you're saying that's Sasuke. That's Uchiha Sasuke. It's definitely cannot be like a Native American person. That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know. I gotcha. And then for like there was I think it's a Cloud Village where like they have like the people that are like African but they have like blonde hair with Killer Bees from
Killer Bee.
the Cloud Village, right?
Yeah. The Cloud Village is predominantly black.
They
Yeah,
don't have
so
Japanese names. He just goes by Killer
Yeah,
B.
but the Cloud Village comes like really later on. I suspect they'll introduce them earlier, possibly tuning exam, probably for that.
Yeah.
You know, so they get their checks without doing like while still kind of like being within the source material. That's just like business.
Yeah, Shikamaru too.
yeah, so I think, man, because I mean, Avatar: The Last Airbender disappointed me so much, but the main problem with Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live action, is like the management, like the scripting, the script, because everything else was fine, just the script, the decisions with the story, but a lot, if they just changed a few things, it could have been great.
Yeah.
But as far as in Naruto live action, because we do have the technology to do all this shit, right? It's just that the problem is the people working on the movie are freaking idiots.
Well, here, let
Yeah.
me just read this to you. Let me read this to you. It says, in a meeting with Dustin, the director, Kishimoto says, I also found him to be open-minded, who was willing to embrace my input and felt strongly that we would be able to cooperate together in the production process. That's what Kishimoto said.
Oh, that's good.
So.
That's good. Like he's willing to like, take his
Cooperate.
input and not like push back. I mean, because and it's Kishimoto's story. I mean, like, the whole
And
thing.
Another amazing thing is this. There was another girl, her name was Tasha Huo, who was supposed to write the show back in the day. She was previously announced to be the show's
Yeah, I
lead writer.
remember that. It was like some girl with like 0 credits.
Yeah, she's just like a fan. She worked on this Avatar show also. And she is no longer involved. So that's not only,
good. Probably.
Yeah, not only they fired a female writer, which is based, and now they're working with the guy who wrote the Naruto, which is, there's like multiple good signs. The only bad sign is that it's a movie. I just don't like that.
Oh, it's going to be a movie, like a 2-hour movie?
Yes.
Thank you, Anime Night.
Yes.
Ah, man, that's gonna suck. That is gonna suck. I mean,
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Okay, if it's going to be like a 2-3 hour movie, it's gonna suck right off the bat. Like,
Yeah.
I do not trust that, because Netflix, they had the right formula with taking these IPs and turning them into live action series with like 10 episodes. But I mean, we're talking about like, we're talking about a 2-3 hour movie for Naruto. That's not gonna end very well.
Well, I just want to see how it turns out first. I mean, like I'm already
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, like Boruto has already like been like a big like I've heard things about Boruto. I'm just not into it. I think it was a bad idea to have like a new story so close to like Naruto's reign as Hokage, because I think it just messes up the ending.
Yep, it's crazy.
Yeah, bad move. But anyway, how many of you have seen Dune?
I did.
I haven't.
I did.
I wanted to share something with you guys because I'm about to leave.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Go ahead before we talk about Dune.
Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Entire screen. Okay, so you guys remember Johnny Somali?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's back.
Oh, what the fuck did he do now?
Well, so here at Dexerto's Twitter, he said, despite swearing he would never record or distribute any kind of video in the future, after his arrest in Japan, Kick streamer Johnny Somali vows to continue streaming and called out the main police officer who investigated him who's from Japan.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, so this guy, he doesn't learn. So I just want to show this to you guys real quick before we close out. All right, so here it is.
The cop, like, it's
Wait, let me know if you guys can hear it.
really like the movies. Like, bro, the cop tries to be your friend. Like the detective, Toya Nagashin, fuck you, by the way.
That's one of the officers there.
That is the main investigator of the case, the detective, Toya Nagashin. Fuck you. Suck my dick. And I hope you see this video. Because the last thing you told me was wait to see what videos you make in America. So I hope you're watching Toya Naga. And I'm going to continue to do IRL, travel the world, and you accomplish nothing. Basically what he told me was like,
he did his fucking job. You broke the law, asshole.
He accomplished getting him out of Japan, which is not nothing.
that's
a big thing.
Yeah,
Taking out of the country.
no, Johnny Somali is not in Japan anymore.
No.
So he is going to continue traveling the
He
world.
literally
Hopefully,
terrorized
outside
that
of
entire
Japan.
country.
Listen, man, if he goes to somewhere
let
like
him go to the Middle
China
East.
or like Eastern Europe, he's gonna get fucked, bro.
Let him go to like Cairo or somewhere in the Middle East.
Yo, he goes to Mexico, he's gonna get messed up.
He's gonna get yes.
He's gonna get messed up in Mexico, dude.
He's not gonna survive.
he'd get killed in Mexico.
Yeah,
Probably.
but knowing Johnny Somali, because he's a freaking coward, I know it. He's gonna go to like a country like Japan that he knows that they're gonna let him get away with shit. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah,
That's what he's going to do.
I cannot stand this. Every time I learn more things about Johnny Somali, I dislike him more and more.
Yeah, look how he was like calling out the police officers that arrested him in Japan.
What?
You know?
I mean, dude, just go away. Just go away.
Yeah.
Let him go to Korea. Watch him get his ass kicked.
Anyway, thank you for sharing that, Andy.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I got some work to do. Oh, by the way, recently I got hired to do some character designs, like concept art. So if anybody's interested in like, hiring me to do some artwork, I start out at a low price. So just throwing that out there. Just doing artwork, freelance.
That's fun.
All right. Thank you so much for being here, man.
Exciting.
All right.
Later, bro.
Peace out,
See you,
guys.
buddy. See you, buddy.
Later, bro.
Okay. All right. Dune time.
Uh-oh.
All right. So, okay. So I didn't read the books. Okay. So, I was talking with Tom, like on Twitter. He's disappointed with some of the changes in the new book. He thinks
well, I went ahead and I saw some of Tom Connor's comments, and I'm a longtime brother, longtime good friend of Tom Connor's. Tom is fired and is on social media probation, as far as I'm concerned. I love Dune.
Yeah, I don't know what Tom's doing, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's
disagree with
very
everything he's ever
far-fetched.
said.
Lofty, I heard you on Chris Gore's show.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think you and I mean, I apologize, Dash. This might be kind of boring because I kind of agree with Lofty's entire take on everything. And look, I have a hard time with the whole argument about the book versus the movie. I just think it's a lame argument in a lot of ways.
It's stupid.
I mean, because if we're gonna have that argument, Lofty, I mean, seriously, like I think the point you made the other day is like, how are you going to have that argument? Like, if you go back to the history, we might as well argue books versus books or movies versus movies then, because this thing's got to be judged as a cinematic experience.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. As a
always been
movie,
doing.
this was fantastic. My cousin loved the ending. I thought the battle was like really cool. It was you see the build up, you see his change in personality, like at the end, and oh my God, me and my cousin, we were like laughing hysterically, like at the look on Zendaya's face, like when he said he was going to take the Emperor's daughter as his bride.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I thought she was fine. I thought she was fine, and her.
Oh yeah, she was good.
Her reaction was good. Yeah, I like you can't do the book thing unless the only thing you could say is that if they were trying to do something like I'm trying to think of an example. Oh boy. Has anyone ever
that? Let me throw something out at you, Lofty,
Yeah.
or any of you guys to think about. See, one of the arguments I got is like people are like, well, that's how women are portrayed. A woman would understand. Look, the portrayal of women in cinema is vastly different. 40s versus 60s versus 80s versus 90s versus 2000s versus now.
Yeah.
So what he chose to do with her character at the end probably is appropriate given who the hell's watching this movie these days.
Yeah. And it's probably appropriate just in general because realistically you have fundamentalists in the religion in every religion ever, and then you have people that are moderates and they clash with each other. That's just that's exactly how religion. That's how all religions are, including Judaism and Christianity.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I didn't get offended by the North versus South thing.
No,
I think Tom's reading too much into that.
Well, Andre also got
everybody.
Andre also was, and Andre's my brother as well, and Andre had that.
I love those guys. I just don't always agree with them. So like, they're allowed to think what they think. It's their opinion. I just don't think Timothy Chalamet makes a terrible Trump stand-in if that's really what they're going for.
That can't really be. It can be their opinion, but if that's objectively not what Denis was doing, then it's like an objective reality. It's like, if that's what he was, if he comes out and says, yeah, this is Trump, well, then it's no longer an opinion.
Then they're right.
Then Lofty, we have a whole other conversation, and then I, as a Southern conservative from South Carolina, which is where I live, well, then maybe I'll have a different reaction, but I didn't.
Yeah, but he's never going to do that because that's not what he was thinking. He was just doing, it could have been East and West, but on a planet with like Dune and Arrakis, the North and South Pole, like it's the pole, it's the Southern Hemisphere. It's just, it's just part of the desert. Like it has nothing to do. With the North and the
these
South.
Witches have been working for hundreds of years to plant this prophecy into like people's minds, and like. So like there's going to be different sects and different people that like take things to different levels. Like Lofty says, it's just kind of how religion is. I can say that as a religious person.
Yeah. And another thing today, they were like, the new Dune game is sidestepping religion. It's not going to focus on the religious part of Dune. It's just going to focus on other stuff. And then Tom and a bunch of people today were like, oh, this is woke because they're getting rid of the religion. I don't know what their problem is, but like in a video game, what are you going to have? You can't do Paul's storyline if it's an MMO. You can't have Paul part of the MMO. That doesn't make sense. Like,
it's an MMO.
It's an MMO, dude, and it takes place before Paul even is even on Arrakis.
Oh yeah, so that wouldn't make any sense.
Like they could reference like the Bene Gesserit, like making plans for a religion, but what else there's no point in doing that in an MMO. It doesn't matter. I don't know, man. Everybody's panicking. Everybody thinks everything is
like
woke.
they'll probably like woke shell shock. It happens like,
everything,
people get a little like, like, oh my God, does that character have pink hair? Woke.
Yeah, well, Tom did the same thing with the X-Men. He's like, oh, she's wearing pink and dark purple, therefore she must be bi or trans. And it's like, no. So
I do think that X-Men show is tainted, but but things like that. I also 90s Storm had a perfect hair and outfit. I loved Storm's hair when I was like 2-4 years old and that show was on. I get it. Storm's cut her hair in the comics, but 90s Storm from 90s X-Men.
Oh yeah,
big mistake changing that look.
I agree. I like that. I have the Kotobukiya figure of her with her 90s hair.
Well, it's hard to not be woke triggered all the time because every day we wake up and there's more like wokey women and there are more wokey beta ass bitch dudes. I mean, that's just life.
It's annoying. It's true, but then there's things.
That's what I mean. To be fair, that's what the left thinks about racism. They think every day they wake up and there's more and more racist people. So they see racism in everything. It's called critical race theory. And even if there's no racism at all in a movie, like Northman doesn't have any black people, therefore it must be a racist, like a colonizer movie. No, the Northman's about fucking Vikings, okay?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's racist. So the left does this all the time. They see race in everything. They view every piece of media through the lens of racism or colonialism. And they have, that's their only interpretation of every piece of media. Now, the right does the same thing with anti-woke. Their only interpretation of every piece of media is whether or not it's woke, and they pick things like colors or like the lack of male, like a feminine male protagonist is suddenly woke now because nobody would ever follow a feminine male into combat. That's crazy. Yeah, he has to be masculine.
Probably haven't watched a lot of anime.
Nobody's ever seen Berserk apparently. And it's like I'm so tired to roast the fuck out of some guy today on Twitter for talking about Paul Atreides. And he's like, Captain America took the serum and that's what made him a leader. And I'm like, no, he became a leader because of his willpower and he was the same guy before he took the serum.
Oh
He
yeah,
was the
that was. I
same
thought that was the
guy.
whole point of the story
Yes.
is that it's the spirit. It was
It's
the
the
man
spirit.
himself. Like
That's
the
exactly right.
serum just helped him like be able to like be
Get
able
drafted.
to fight. Like
Yeah,
know,
because
but
he
it's
was
the
deformed.
man's.
Yeah.
The doctor chose him. I mean, even the Captain America, the first Avenger, gets this right. Like the doctor specifically chose him because of who he was.
Yeah.
As a person.
I know. I'm just tired of it. I'm gonna start being mean to people on both sides more frequently.
Hey, don't be mean to the Mexicans. We're sensitive, and
Well,
Lofty, we're emotionally fragile over here.
Well, that's
is that why you're running? You're letting all those violent criminals into the U.S. just letting them walk through your country because you're afraid to take them in.
I don't know what that is, bro. I don't know. America's going to hell in a handbasket.
Why are all these crazy people from other countries walking right through Mexico, and you guys are just like, hi, bye, and then like nobody, they come right into our country.
Well, hey, you know what? If there's a BLM march out front, I'm not exactly inviting everybody in for a barbecue. Bye, have a good time. See you later. enjoy the downtown area.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's what I really like about you, Lofty. Like you like objective like truth. Like I kind of like I'll admit there was a time where I was like very like sucked into like politics, and I feel like I've done a successful job of kind of like taking a step back from that and just like having fun. Like so like I'm not like super triggered, like the whole thing with like as and Starfield and the pronouns. Like I played Baldur's Gate and I enjoyed the fuck out of that game, and it had like some annoying shit in the character creator I didn't like, but it was like whatever.
There are woke things. Like Baldur's Gate is kind of woke, and so is Hogwarts Legacy, by the way.
Oh, Hogwarts Legacy for sure, yeah.
And I like that game. I played it. I like that game. Doesn't matter. I'll play something.
I think I hate the inventory system.
Well, but I don't care that like the entirety of Hogwarts is extremely diverse. Every race under the sun is represented. It's that's very woke. Like that's like the definition of woke. But it doesn't bother me just because it apparently it didn't bother other people because they were too busy using it as a weapon against woke people because of the trans stuff.
Yeah.
And then you showed me the Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper.
Yeah, it is very
he got offended by the Barrett voice actor in Final Fantasy Rebirth saying wishing people a happy like Black History Month or something. Like that's a harmless. There's nothing wrong with that. And he's saying that people are gonna like boycott the game now because of it. Like,
well, the Colonel is hard right. He is like I think he worships like Imperial Japan.
Yes, he does. Yes,
he's does.
He's like a all but self-proclaimed fascist. Like he would probably just privately admit that to you if it's he definitely for sure. I've read way too many things about that guy. For sure,
Yeah.
But like, and he's just anything. He'll use any excuse to be anti-woke, even if he has to lie about it, even if he has to like bully people that are not doing anything wrong. Like, I've seen people bully the voice actors for Suicide Squad, the game, because they're involved.
Well, that's just dumb. I mean,
it's stupid.
They're just voice actors reading a script.
Oh, I know. I had to call people out on Twitter because of that.
Probably honestly giving their best efforts to try to do whatever they're trying to do.
I mean, Tara Strong already had to like lock her account from the left because of her opinions on Israel. Like,
I know both sides are bullies.
Yeah,
but I call people out about that, and then somebody sent me a DM, and he was like, "Oh, Lofty, can you not call me out on public because it's awkward?" But I'll delete my tweet because I didn't realize that she was just a voice actor or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna call you out if you're doing that. Like, I'm not gonna treat you like a baby, like, and not call you. You know what I mean? It's just like,
yeah. Most of the time, the actors are fine. It's the damn fucking writers that like screw everything up.
The writers are the problem, and that's why you can look at a writer and then look at like the X-Men writer and look at what he's said about X-Men. And this guy is very very he got the job because he was basically just gay. he was black and gay, and then
Well, yeah, that seems like Disney's
Feige,
like.
yeah, Feige came up to him and said, "Hey, do you want to write the X-Men '97 show?" And he's like, "Sure." And I'm like, "Okay, that's all that you need is to be black and gay, like, and then have written like one episode of Mandalorian, like what is going on? I don't know, man."
Yeah, like like they give like people like with no credits just
Yes,
based off their like their superficial identities,
their
like
identity,
race, sexuality, and like like, and then like they wonder why like these big projects like fail. They're getting people who don't have like who haven't like really like earned it.
Yes, but Dune is not like that at all. Dune is a regular movie. It's just
well,
fine.
the guy has a great director. Like I only just recently found out he did Blade Runner 2049, which I still need to see. I for the memes.
I know it's good. It's good though. It's not bad.
Oh yeah,
and it's visually great. It's just the story is kind of a weird, not quite Blade Runner.
Yeah, well, I'm not kind of a big fan of like the first Blade Runner too much. So like maybe I'll like it.
You might like it better.
You're not a fan of the original Blade Runner?
No, I don't. Yeah, well, it's just all right.
Oh.
I mean, aesthetically, it looks like great. I mean, like from an artistic standpoint.
Someone call 911. I'm having a nerd stroke on this channel. I'm kidding.
Funny.
No, I'm complimenting the movie.
I know.
The whole thing with the rain and the neon lights, and that China is basically taken like everything. Like,
well, you should watch it. When's the last time you watched it?
I think it's because I didn't watch the director's cut. Probably
watch the final cut. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, the final cut. Listen to Lofty. He's right. Listen to that.
Yeah, I gotta watch the good cut because I think I've only seen the theatrical.
Yeah, which is another problem with Dune, which they don't have director's cuts.
Dude, Lofty, don't you think this homeboy needs to get over his ass and release whatever other scenes he might have in the lockbox?
Yes. I mean, he should do. You know, he should do the Dune for 4K release. That he should do the 8-hour cut or something with instead of part 1 and 2, it's just a long. Or maybe like part 1, 2, 3, 4, and just split. I don't know. Like, just add all the extra stuff. Add all the stuff. That's all. I want to see all the scenes with Thufir Hawat, the Mentat. Apparently, he talks to Fade Routha in a scene, and they cut that out. And he's.
Well, I don't know what any of that means because I never read the books, but it sounds cool.
Oh shit!
But that sounds cool. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So the black guy in the first movie that had the like the white eyes that like and he failed to stop the assassins sending their little droids and try to kill Paul.
Okay.
And his character was just completely gone in part 2. He didn't exist for some reason. And he was supposed to be held captive by the Harkonnens, and and he's a genius. He's a mentat, and they have they have the power, the mind of an AI, basically. But all that stuff. Yeah, you're right. It's cool, but they cut it out. And then they cut out a whole scene with Josh Brolin playing the basilet, that instrument. Mm-hmm. To Lady Jessica, there's a whole scene they cut out of him playing that, and there's a bunch of other stuff. But other than that, the movie's a masterpiece.
Lofty, when that movie was over in IMAX, I just sat there and I sat there and I was just like, oh my God, I just got to take all this in. Then I realized my bladder was like going to explode and I had to run to the bathroom because it was 3 hours. But
same.
And then what I did is I stayed in the parking lot and I started asking people as they were leaving what they thought. And like, dude, everybody was like flipped out. They all thought it was amazing.
Oh yeah, dude. I heard.
I just got there. I should have done it on camera, but I'm not like thought, YouTuber.
Me and my cousin were really blown away when we saw it together. It was we just like all we did was talk about the movie afterwards.
Yeah. I still think about it. Like all of the Fade Routha Guillotine Prime stuff, the black and white stuff was so epic. Like that Gladiator scene was just so cool. I
Yeah,
need
I
to
mean,
watch
people have been
that.
like poo-pooing
Yeah.
it and this and that with CGI graphics. I thought it was amazing, Lofty.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, yeah, it was so weird. Yeah, when everything went black and white. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so weird. Like, does everyone on that planet just have a shaved head? Like, and white skin?
Yeah, that's another thing. People are like, "Oh, that's because they're making fun of white supremacist skinheads," and I'm like, "Go! Can you stop talking?" I'm sick of these people. I'm so tired of it.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, you know, people are are like reading
It's
too much
not.
into everything now.
They read every. Yeah, I read too much into it. It's just that's his way of depicting the Harkonnen like kind of weird they're supposed to look different than like they're like a degenerate race of people. Like their whole planet is like black, is like there's no grass, they've depleted all the resources. That's just Villeneuve's, aesthetic choice. It has nothing to do with white supremacy.
Oh,
but yeah, I love Dune. I think part 2 is better than part 1, but they're both
yeah, definitely
good.
And part 2 is real, and part 1 is good.
It is good.
And that's the thing. Like, the fact that part 2 is
yeah, it's like they should do the third one, but I'm okay with him doing another movie instead. But they have to come back at some point to finish it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, boys, I got to roll in like 4 minutes. So.
Oh yeah, we'll probably wrap up like pretty soon. We've been going for an hour 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to go, Mike?
Well, not now, but in like 4 minutes I do. At 8:30 I do. I usually call my kid about this time,
Are you guys excited for, before you go, movies coming out? Is anyone interested in Furiosa? You guys going to see that in theaters?
I might. I'm not like particularly interested in Furiosa.
Mad
like
Max,
what I'm really interested in, and the thing I guess I forgot to talk about was Godzilla and
Kong.
Yeah. So apparently the guy who I think like after -1, like I think we got very spoiled. So I don't think it's going to be as good in the character development, but I think it'll be as cool with the monster action, because the MonsterVerse normally get that part right. But yeah, Lofty, did you see Monarch on Apple TV?
I stopped after 4 episods. They lost me.
Oh my God, that's exactly where I stopped, Lofty. I stopped literally after episode 4. I can't believe this shit. Serious?
Yeah, we stopped at the same. Probably because
like people were, like you were talking about people seeing woke ghosts. Like there was definitely a woke angle to Monarch, and it messed everything else up. Like you have like at one point, okay, so the black chick is fucking the brother, and then like by the end of the show, she's cuddling with the sister.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like standing there in the back. It like they never officially bring them together, but it's just like the signs are there because the other girl's gay. and like, so like, that's really fucked up. You're going to cheat on your boyfriend for his half sister who he didn't know existed until.
That's stupid. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's fucked up. It's very fucked up.
I think that like
the monster shit's cool. The lore shit is cool.
Well, that's
Kurt
the problem.
Russell's cool, but that thing, it sucks
else.
too much oxygen.
And it's the monster stuff for me. It was like the 3 minutes at the end of every episode. It's like, and that's not enough for me to watch a 8-episode show. It's just like what the Kurt Russell stuff was fine, but he didn't even come into the show for 3 episodes.
He didn't come till the second episode.
And he was also not even, his character's not very interesting compared to other stuff he's done. And he's just like this guy. And then the part I stopped was just like after they teased the snow when they crash landed, and then it's like I'm done, because that whole episode was just a big tease, and at the very end of the episode they showed this monster for about 10 seconds, and I'm like, what, I feel like they're dragging this on too much.
Oh,
I got
you should
bored of
see
it.
some of the episodes without monsters. Like, you get like less monsters, and then they give you Godzilla and Kong cameos like at the very end.
It's just a tease. It's a cock tease. The whole show. It's a waste of time. Like, what's the point of watching that show? It's the Monarch stuff is not very interesting. It's just like the Monarch villains are dumb.
Monarch is portrayed like very like bad compared to how they're portrayed in the movies. Like
I know.
Monarch is like,
it's just like the guy who's working for Monarch. He's just like kind of a loser. In the first couple episodes, when they're
yeah. It's so funny when Kurt Russell actually stages a coup on Monarch with like a bunch of other Monarch people. It's pretty bad.
Oh man, got bored of it.
Well, me and Lofty didn't even get that far, bro.
No, we didn't.
We I'm a big MonsterVerse fan, so I watched it and I enjoyed some of it, but I'll watch the second season like when it comes out. But oh my god, get some new fucking characters.
Yeah. The random black hacker who happens to live in Tokyo.
Right. Happens to be in Japan and happens to be the kid to everything.
Yeah.
Having a love triangle between two half siblings. Oh
that's so dumb.
I've done some freaky threesomes in my day, but that one sounds too freaky for me.
That's crazy. but I'm more excited for the Planet of the Apes movie, to be honest.
Oh fuck yeah!
I think
that is going to be. I'm really
I think it looks
excited
so
for that.
good.
I have not disliked any of the new Planet of the Apes movies. So this one takes place.
Mike has a hot take. What's your hot take?
My hot take is grossly unpopular. Is ridiculously unpopular. Is that I haven't seen a Planet of the Apes movie that I haven't liked.
Oh wow! So you like the Tim Burton one?
Yeah, I like them all.
Well, it's not. I kind of like watching.
Look, Lofty. I know I shouldn't. Like, I literally know that is like.
Well, it's a guilty pleasure movie. Probably.
I haven't seen all of them. I've seen the original and all the newer ones, but I never saw any of like the original sequels.
Those are
or the Burton remake. But I know the twist about it.
Yeah, but the Tim Burton one's sort of a guilty pleasure for some people. I'm not sure. I just don't really care about it too much, but the new ones are fantastic. I love
the new ones.
Yep, I do too. And I think this one looks great. I think they have some of the best CGI ever. I think the Apes movies have the best motion capture ever, besides Avatar. It's just.
I think so far, number 2 is the best of these newer movies.
It is. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes has the most suspenseful story with Koba and Caesar and his son and the tribe splitting up, and then there's this chaos. It's so Shakespearean. It's very epic.
Yeah, I loved it.
It's beautiful. Great writing. Great, and then part 3 is good. The war movie. It's just I wasn't a huge fan of like the prison element.
Yeah, it kind of drags in the prison. It
does drag a little bit. Yeah. It's just like it's like nothing's really happening, but it's still really entertaining. I just think this one looks like like a crazy war movie or something. I don't know. This movie looks crazy.
Yeah, it's just the apes get smarter in each like new movie, and like now we're getting like closer and closer to like the original.
Yeah,
it's going to be exciting. I can't wait.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to Godzilla and Kong, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yep,
totally.
Same, man. I'll watch it. I just hope Godzilla Kong. I don't like almost any of them. But I like all the action scenes. So I hope that this new movie has more of that. I just don't care about any of the characters. Like I don't.
Yeah, that's understandable. They're kind of flat.
They're just There's like I don't know any of their names. I've seen 3 of these movies now, and I couldn't tell you a single person's name.
I mean, my favorite character moment, I guess, of any of these movies is the part where Millie Bobby Brown is like, towards the end of King of the Monsters, where they have Mothra, Rodan, King Ghidorah, and Godzilla fighting, and there's all this chaos, and all she's doing is like just screaming. I thought that was like very realistic, because that's what any normal person would do, like in a situation like that. It's just, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah,
I'm gonna die.
that's not a bad moment. Yeah, that's true. And that movie had some good visuals. It's just I just want
fantastic
Godzilla
visuals.
and Kong on screen as much as possible.
Yeah, hopefully. What do you think of Godzilla Rose?
I don't know what that is.
Oh no, I called it Godzilla's new like purple form. I call it Godzilla Rose after Super Saiyan Rose from.
I don't have a problem with it. I think it looks kind of cool. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either. They'll explain the power up if it's temporary or not.
Yeah, Super Saiyan.
Hey boys, I got to roll.
All right, see you,
buddy.
Mike.
See you, Mike.
Later guys. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Yeah. So Lofty, is there anything else you want to talk about, or I mean, I can go for a little longer, but not too much longer.
Well,
but
I'm trying to get back to Final Fantasy here. I
wouldn't keep you from that.
I know, but you're playing it too. I guess we could chat about that for like a few minutes.
Oh, I want to talk about the game. So I just
Yeah.
finished the Queen's Blood tournament, and I guess I can do spoilers right now.
I'm
Okay, so
further than you,
anyone
yeah.
doesn't mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like you're further than me. Okay, so it won't be
Yeah.
spoilers for you.
But
So
chat
who
might.
won the Queen's Blood tournament in your game?
I beat Chadley. I guess I won. Did you not win your game?
Well, no, I beat the girl.
Yeah, I beat her too. Yeah.
And then Red 13.
Yes.
I let him win.
Oh, you
I
did?
didn't- Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So like Cloud gives him the trophy.
That's cool. I didn't think about doing that. Yeah, I beat.
Well,
I beat all
I
of them.
played. It was a real game. I just decided not to rematch him after he beaten me.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So like
Yeah. But that was
He
a good
was-
part. I like that game. That's a fun
yeah.
mini game.
So like if you want to like see that, like see what it's like with Red win, so you can just like go into my last stream.
Oh yeah, well, I will. I'll do that. That sounds fun because I don't know what
was
that
like
is. Yeah, I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah.
I like Queen's Blood a lot. It's a really
Oh,
really
I love the
good
Queen's
game.
Blood game. It's fun. It's strategic. I mean, like I'm glad it's not just Triple Triad again, because they bring Triple Triad back a lot.
Yeah, and they spent a year on this game with a team dedicated just to Queen's Blood. Square,
That's great.
So they should release that as a real card game, as far as I'm concerned. I would buy it.
Oh, I'd get it too. Like there is already a Final Fantasy card game. But I'm not sure if it's like really like popular. I went to a shop with Andy in real life. We went to this place, and I was hoping they would have Final Fantasy cards there, but they didn't.
Yeah, but Queen's Blood at some point I'm sure they're gonna make a card game or like a multiplayer DLC or something with that.
Oh, would it be great if they actually brought it into 14 as an alternative to Triple Triad?
That would be, yeah. But I think the game overall though is amazing. Junon was my favorite part of the game.
The parade scene was like it's like one of my favorite parts of the original game, and like you were absolutely right. They expanded it. I love finding the troops. The mini game mechanics so much better than the original,
Yes.
and though I didn't really organize, so I was going in blind with whatever the default was.
Oh, did you not get the accommodation?
Oh, I did win. I did win the accommodation.
Okay, but
I won it anyway.
But there's 2 awards they give out. The second award is also, you have to do the hardest difficulty to get that one. Did you do that? Did you arrange the troops?
I didn't arrange. They didn't give me an option. So
if you get all of the troops, and then put them in order, if you hit L2 and put them in order and get rid of all of the yellow troops, it gives the 3-star difficulty. Otherwise it's like 1 or 2 stars. Do you remember what you did?
Well, I just talked to the lady and the thing started. I never got the option to like choose my formations.
Okay. Before that, you have to go into like there's like a button you have to push to open up the formation tab, and then you can customize it. But
Ah,
but all you need to do is win. Well, it sounds like you did that. You won anyway. But like, who got the second? Who got the second award in your game?
the motorcycle guy.
Okay. See, I didn't even know what because I got both of them. Cloud got both of the awards. How did they get Cloud up on stage then? If the motorcycle guy won.
He was brought on stage, like after.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Yuffie came and ruined everything.
Yeah. yeah. Yuffie's crazy.
But
oh man,
I did like how they showed flashbacks to the Intergrade chapter to like show like her motivations for killing Rufus.
Yes, and you know, the Junon Harbor was fantastic. The
did you get to Costa del Sol yet?
I'm there now. I'm gonna beat it. I'm like tonight. I'm almost done with it.
With Costa del Sol or the game?
Costa del Sol, yeah. Then there's Coral Prison, and then there's Golden Saucer, and then there's whatever Nibelheim.
Yeah, there's so much left, and then you have the ancient temple.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man, like it's gonna be like how. Yeah, I know. Like things that like were very quick in the original are taking like longer.
Forever, and I like that. I like it.
Well, I love the camaraderie. I liked all this stuff with being friendly with like the rest of the crew. I think that.
Yeah. I think that the dialogue, the banter, I love a lot. Just running around with the crew and listening to their dialogue is great. And then all of the side quests have fun dialogue.
Yeah, and they're focused with different party members in mind. I like that. I did I did one with Red 13 where that girl from where he found that girl from Remake in some fort.
Oh right, yeah, that was in the lighthouse.
Yeah, that was a fun quest.
Yeah, I love all that crap. I'm 100%ing every mission, every region.
Nice.
I'm just playing all of it. Costa del Sol is hilarious. It's so funny. There's stuff that you will not expect.
They have. I'm just hoping they keep the Hojo being surrounded by bikini women. See?
Yeah. That's right. I forgot that was in the original game, but you'll be happy.
Oh yes, nice.
You'll be happy. But I won't say anything else because the whole part is pretty intense. Like there's a bunch of dialogue and stuff that they add. It's taken me like 3 hours to beat this. Just the Costa del Sol part.
Really?
At least 3 hours so far.
Oh wow, because that was like so quick in the original. Like you're only there for a bit.
Yeah, you're there for like 20 minutes. And then, but this game has, you could call it padding, but there's like really fun mini games. There's like 4 mini games here that are 2 of them are amazing. And then there's a whole part on the beach. There's a whole cutscene. There's a battle somewhere. Like there's all kinds of stuff. It's so.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And then the combat is just unbelievable. I've never played a game.
I'm getting better at it too. I'm getting better at it.
Yeah, it's hard, but
yeah, it's just building up the synchro gauge. Like, that's the hard thing. But I'm sure like once I get like more materia and stuff, like maybe like get some to boost the ATB gauge to make it go faster.
Yeah, I have all that stuff. I that just from doing 100% of the grassland and the Junon Harbor, I think I have every materia so far.
So you're 100%ing it now.
Right now, yep.
Okay, yeah. So I do a bunch, and then I move to the story because I'm afraid my audience will get bored.
Oh, but that's fair. But I don't stream that stuff on. I only streamed. I did the Costa del Sol, and then I did the Midgar, the Mithril Mines. That's all I streamed.
Yeah,
you're
so
right.
like
Yeah.
So I knew this game was going to be massive. You know, I'm trying to get in the habit of playing more games off stream. You know, I'm just like, you know, I just figured like, oh, but if I don't stream, then that's something cool happens. Then I can't use it for you know, that's just how I am now.
I know. It's hard. But yeah, go ahead. And then you know what you could do? You could just beat the game like that, like what you're doing. And then New Game Plus, you can go back and do stuff that you missed. Because
well, that's what I'm doing with 16.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing with 16. I'm doing the New Game Plus stuff off stream.
Yeah, and the New Game Plus apparently gives you ×3 EXP and AP boosts.
Ooh.
So you can do all those side quests.
Oh, yeah, so I can level up all my materia faster.
Exactly. And it's really hard. New Game Plus is hard mode. So it's going to be harder. But you'll have better materia.
All right. So I think we're going to end it here.
Yep. Sounds
all
good,
right.
man.
Thank you all for coming and celebrating 1K with me. I don't know. I have a lot of great friends, and thank you all for being such a wonderful audience like all this time. And I look forward to doing this for a few more for years to come. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Take care.
See you guys. See you, chat. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.